A renewed interest in Krotoa and the impact she had on the history of the country has in recent years seen a great resurgence. She was brought to the fort in Cape Town when she was a young girl to work for Jan van Riebeeck. Learning Dutch very quickly, she became a highly skilled interpreter of a number of languages. She was also a very important liaison between the Khoi and the Dutch. Setting up a foundation in her name, there are renewed calls to government that the international airport in Cape Town be renamed after her. In doing so, this organisation believes it will, among others, highlight the plight of indigenous people.
If you look at the people here, there's different Khoi and San groupings, Griqua, the Nama, the Bushman, and all the Khoi San groupings. There's one thing that they are united. They have a lot of differences, but they are united on one thing, and that's the name Krotoa. Krotoa is so strong that she managed to bring all of us together and unite us around her name.
The Western Cape First Nation Collective says historically names dispossessed people. It says by renaming the airport, it could serve, among others, to restore dignity.
So said qualities and attributions that can make our nation proud. If you look specifically on the Cape Flats, our young people are lost. They don't know what to identify, or they use names that they think is something that will build them, but they don't know. So if you start putting it out there, and actually there's nothing named after our historical leaders, the Khoi and the San, the first people. You don't see it anywhere. So therefore it's very important we start doing that.
For the last several years, the Castle of Good Hope, the oldest Western building in South Africa, has become a place of gathering and reclaiming the past from its colonial shackles. 9 August is also the United Nations International Indigenous Day. This year's theme is centered around women's empowerment.
Recognition of indigenous people, whether they are in New Zealand, whether in North America, the Indian people, whether they're in South Africa. But important for us in South Africa is because the foundation people of the entire world were in the southernmost part of Africa. So that's why I think today is very important, because we recognize and support the United Nations call that we recognize the rights of indigenous peoples around the world.
The Krotoa Foundation says it will continue its plight to see that Krotoa be honoured by getting the airport renamed after her. Mariska Botha, SABC News, Cape Town.